I am Usha Pathak. Elders, please accept my respect and love to youngers. Today I am teaching you mood. Mood means the mode or manner in which an action is spoken of. Moods are different forms of the verb, each of which expresses the being, action, or passion in some particular manner. There are five moods: the infinitive, the indicative, the potential, the subjunctive, and the imperative. There are three finite modes, limited by number and person, and one infinitive, not so limited. Three finite modes. Indicative, the mood of assertion or inquiry. He comes. Imperative, the mood of command or advice. Come. Subjunctive, the mood of supposition. If he come. Infinitive mode, to come. Potential mode, he can walk. Now, indicative mode. The indicative mode is that form of the verb which simply indicates or declares a thing, as I write, you know, or ask a question, as do you know? No, not. The indicative mode is used to make assertion or ask something. It can be in affirmative, negative, or interrogative. He comes. He does not come. Does he come? Now, imperative mode. The imperative mode is that form of the verb which is used in commanding, exhorting, entreating, or permitting, as depart you, be comforted, forgive me, go in peace. The imperative mood is used only in the present tense, second person. The subject is seldom expressed. Singular, speak. Plural, speak. To expresses our will in connection with the first or third person, we either use the transitive verb let, which is itself the second person, of the imperative mood of the verb to let, as first person, let me speak, let us speak. Third person, let him speak, let them speak. Or we employ the subjunctive mode, as every soldier kill his prisoner. The third person of the subjunctive occurs in the common phrases suffice it, let it suffice, so be it. Suffice it, to say that all the prisoners were acquitted. In such a construction as let me speak, speak is the direct object to let, and me the indirect. The chief uses of the imperative mood are to express command, precept, or entreaty. Command, awake, arise, or before even fallen. Precept or invitation, go to the ant. Thou sluggard considered her ways and be wise. Entreaty or prayer, give us this day our daily bread. When the verb is negative, that is prohibited. The imperative is now formed by the auxiliary do. Older form, fear not, taste not that food. Present form, do not fear, do not taste that food. Sometimes, even when the verb is affirmative, the imperative is formed by do in order to give more emphasis to an entreaty. This, however, occurs only in colloquial English. Do help me to lift this box. The imperative mode, sometimes used to express a supposition. Take care of the pens, and the pawns will take care of themselves. Sometimes an imperative is used absolutely. For example, in isolation from the rest of the sentence, a large number of men, say 100, are working on the railroad. Now, subjunctive mode. The subjunctive mode is that form of the verb which represents the being, action, or passion as conditional, doubtful, and contingent, as I thou go, see that thou offend not. The subjunctive mode expresses a purpose, a wish, a condition, or a doubt, anything rather than a fact. A purpose. In this case, the verb in the subjunctive mode is preceded by the conjunction that or list. The auxiliary verbs may and might are used after that and should after list. Indicative and subjunctive purpose. Present, I give you a prize that you may work well again. Future, I shall keep your book lest you should lose it. Past, I gave you a prize that you might work well again. Past, I kept your book lest you should lose it. In the Tudor period and somewhat beyond it, the subjunctive of purpose was commonly expressed in the present indefinite tense without the help of the auxiliary may. A wish or order. To express a wish or order, there are two forms of the subjunctive that may be used, either the simple form without an auxiliary or the compound form with the auxiliary may. The kingdom come, thy will be done. May he live long and see not the grave. I wish that he were as clever as his sister. Far be it from me to say something false. My sentence is that the prisoner be hanged. Conditions and its consequences. When the verb expresses a condition, it is generally preceded by the conjunction if. The verb denoting the consequences is expressed by the auxiliary would in the second and the third person and by should in the first. Present or future. If I were in his place, I should pay the money. If he should meet me, he would know me at once. Past. If he had met me, he would have known me. If I had been in his place, I should have paid the money. Sometimes the if is left out. In this case, the should or the had or the have must be placed before its subject. Present or future. Were in his place, I should pay the money. Should he meet me, he would know me at once. Past. Had he met me, he would have known me. Had I been in his place, I should have paid the money. Sometimes the conditional sentence is left out or understood, and only the consequent sentence is expressed. He would never agree to that if you ask him understood. He would be very thankful to you for this kindness. A doubt or supposition. A verb in the subjunctive mode preceded by some conjunction or conjunctive pronoun implies some doubt or supposition. I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Murder, that it have no tongue, will speak. Whoever he be, he shall not go unpunished. The conjunction is not always expressed. Come here, come, oh, by Bruce side. The subjunctive mode in some form or other is always used to express sentence 1, 2, and 3, but to express sentence 4, the indicative is now often used instead of it. The subjunctive, however, ought still to be used whenever we express something that we know or believe to be either doubtful or contrary to the fact. If he were guilty, I should never get over it. Now, infinitive mode. The infinitive mode is that form of the verb which expresses the being, action, or passion in an unlimited manner and without person or number, as to die, to sleep, purchase, to dream. The infinitive may denote either present or past time, present indefinite, active and passive, to send, to be sent, present continuous, active and passive, to be sending, past perfect, active and passive, to have sent, to have been sent, past perfect continuous, active and passive, to have been sending. Future time can be expressed only by some phrases as to be about to send, to be going to send. After verbs expressing wish, intention, duty, etc., the perfect form of the infinitive is used to show that the wish, etc., was not carried out. He intended to have gone. He would have gone. He ought to have gone. It is a mistake, however, to use the perfect infinitive in any other connection. Thus, we cannot say, it was unkind of him to have gone without saying goodbye. Here, to have gone should be changed to go. His going without saying goodbye was unkind. After the verb said, known, believed, supposed, and such like, the perfect infinitive is used to denote past time. He is said to have gone. It is said that he went. Now, infinitive without to. The word to is usually but not always the sign of the infinitive mode. Most of the verbs not followed by to occur in the following examples. I hear thee speak of a better land. I saw him take aim with his bow. To need not send those books to me. I feel the cold air strike against my face. He dared not say this in open day. He made me come and sit beside me. I let him go back to his own house. They bade me tell them the right road. We watched him go and come. We beheld the fish rise. I have known him laugh for nothing. The to is also left out after auxiliary and defective verbs as I shall go, I will go, I can go, I may go, I do go, I must go, I ought to go. The to is left out after them and but. He did nothing but laugh. He did nothing else than laugh. The to is left out after certain phrases. You had better not remain here. I had rather take this than that. These uses of the infinitive mode. There are two main uses of the infinitive mode. The noun infinitive. Second, the qualifying infinitive. The name gerundial, though unfortunately it is now well established in misleading. It implies that the qualifying infinitive has some connection with that we now call the gerund or verbal noun. In point of fact, it has no connection with it whatever, either historically or syntactically. They are as distinct in origin as they are in use. The one does the work of an adjective or adverb, the other of a noun, and so they have nothing at all in common. The gerund so called in ing was never an infinitive, and it is a great mistake to call it so. The non-infinitive may be used in any way in which nouns are used. Subject to a verb. To err is human. To forgive, divine. Object to a transitive verb or to a preposition. A good man does not fear to die. He was about to die. Complement to a verb. He appears to be a wise man. We considered him to be the best in the class. As a form of exclamation, to think that he told so many lies. The qualifying infinitive may be used in any way in which an adjective or adverb is used, and sometimes it is used absolutely. After a verb, He come to see. He wept to see. After a noun, he hopes to be rewarded in the world to come. Give him a chair to sit on. The qualifying infinitive, when used with a noun, can be either attribute or predicative. A house too late. The house is too late. After an adjective, he is quick to hear and slow to speak. Absolutely. For bringing in a parenthesis, I am, to tell you the truth, quite tired of this work. They were thank-struck, sure to speak on hearing this news. Now, potential mood. The potential mood is that form of the verb which expresses the power, liberty, possibility, or necessity of the being, action, or passion. As I can walk, he may ride, we must go. Please subscribe my channel, like and share with your friends.